It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And this one features Jaylen Warren. He comes into this one second in the league in rushing with an eye on becoming #1. It's the Steelers and the Saints under the lights on Monday night.
We've all waited long enough to get here. It's time for some football as we welcome you to the NFL on EA Sports. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Stash. We've got two quarterbacks here who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL. Now, pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. A lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also make...
Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're underway from Pittsburgh. Return starts at the 9. This return makes it up to the 25. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. And it'll be their second-year quarterback who's bringing them out.
Some tough luck last week for this quarterback, Kate. 2 touchdowns, the 1 interception, and you just know the way it works. These coaches love to tell us they always think about the losses. They sting way more than the wins. It's the same thing with the quarterback. He's not thinking about the touchdowns. He's thinking about correcting that interception and knowing right here is a clean ball.
And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul. And a big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. Not a man, it's Thomas. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play. And the Steelers going nickel, 3rd down. Here's a throw. Escapes the sack. But he can't make that one. They get him to the ground. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Well, this is exactly what the defense wants to do to these quarterbacks. You want to speed them up, and the best way to do it is to hit them and bring them to the ground. Conversely, they've got to figure out offensively how to protect. If you can't protect, you can't execute, you can't do anything offensively.
Here comes the Saints punting unit. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. They're led out by one of the game's most tenured veterans and most decorated quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate, the first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to explode through.
They'll cobble together a yard there. Play wrapped up by Demario Davis. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Throw secured by George Pickett. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Left side.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. You gotta read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you gotta react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Rodgers here from the gun. Bryant there, bring it in. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. six coming up here.
Second and 6.
From the 28. Caught by Firemew. And this one does not go far. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Rodgers set to pass. That throw finds Pickens. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
You know, they call the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Defender runs right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They'll throw again. Rodgers has him on a quick hitter. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Willie Gay there on the tackle. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Throwing again. It's Rodgers. The throw is caught. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. This is Warren, headed right. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support. Not many quarters can make that stop.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
Now Rodgers on 3rd and goal. He brings it in. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he doesn't find open space. He only finds a defender who makes the stop. And their first drive won't end in points after all. He stopped, and they're going to turn it over on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
The Saints and running back Alvin Kamara trotting back out to the field. And he's continuing a great start to the season. You can see, currently pacing the NFL in rushing yards. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. This is Alvin Kamara with it. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Going to the ground again on 1st. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Hit applied by Keanu Benton. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance. This offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
And it's incomplete, and it's a fourth down.
So many coaches love third downs and practice them so much. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
34-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now start the drive with Warren. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll go again with Warren. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
That's the end of our 1st quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Couple of zeros on the board right now. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They have 3rd and 4 to start out. That's caught for first. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Trying an inside give to Warren. Across the 20, continuing to work. And he's going to have this all the way down to the 4. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Big click out to the doorstep, Brock. 4 more yards now and goal to go.
The 4-yard line.
From the red zone now. Touchdown! The Steelers get the game's first points here in the 2nd. Slant round as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Point after up and good from Boswell. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Now Boswell on to send this away. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Saints back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. Back to pass on 1st and 10. That's going to be caught by Cooks. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. All right, here we go. 2nd down. From the 34, into the hands of 11. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. Pass play now. Finds a man right side. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. That stop made by T.J. Watt. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Kamara running out of the gun. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. They're going to play action here. He's going deep. And this is not doing incomplete. It's a good play. I don't think it's going to matter. We've got a flag
Personal
back
foul.
by the QB
Roughing
who
the
may
passer.
have been hit late on that
Defense.
one. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him when we wanted, and we brought him up the hill.
Give them a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
Kicking team out to try the extra points. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints tie this game 7-7. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Calvin Austin on the return. And look at this return. Field flipping return as he brought it down on the opposite side of the 50.
The Steelers take over first down again. At the Saints' 46-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. Completed here to Pickens. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot. You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the drive. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
To the air here on 1st down, Rodgers. Defensive play to John Lewis, incomplete. George Pickens, the intended target. And now they face 2nd down. They motion the tight end over. Again, Rodgers. Lays out, what a catch! It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
This entire play depends on how well you can separate from this man. You get man-to-man coverage and really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
A give left side to Warren. Took the defender. It's a real solid kick at 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. You've got Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to...
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Steelers take a 2nd-quarter lead. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Boswell on to send this away. Shaheed now to return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Saints are being let back out there on offense by their quarterback. They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. Escapes a defender. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. Tight end going in motion here. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Throw right side, cut by Olave. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give the quarterback a chance.
He's out over the middle to bring that one in. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. And he's blocked out for a ball. It's the 2-minute warning now for Matt Brasher. The Saints with some work to do, trailing in this game. Offense to the line for 2nd down. He's getting through this one. Defender runs right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing from the gun here. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. Field goal try coming up for the Saints. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here, but they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, if he gets to pad his stats a little bit, the high percentage make.
And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Steelers and Jalen Warren heading back out there offensively. Among his touchdowns out of the backfield this season, this one is notable. On that last drive, he hit a benchmark that he's been pushing for. First down, Rodgers finds him over the middle. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Sent to the ground by Pete Warner.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bowler like him that can create space, just bring it in the ball.
It's a pickup on the 11. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. The Steelers calling their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 1st and 10 from the 41. A pistol snap here, Rodgers. Pass taken in by Fryermuth. Looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Willie Gay there on the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
At the 45-yard line.
Throwing once again, Rodgers. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's the Steelers' first down. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Rodgers here from the gun. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. How about 29 yards on that play, partners? They get the chains reset.
Just excellent effort on that catch. You know, quick transition from relay football in to pretty vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And guys, man, that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers will add to their lead at the end of the half. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Boswell gets that point after the go. And the Steelers drive their lead to 11. Now Boswell on to send this away. timeouts, their first. Forward now on first down. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. 2nd and 6 now. This finds Cooks complete. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
It's a gain of 6.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Setting up a throw. A massive shot towards the end zone. And this is knocked away incomplete. It's a good play, but I don't think it's going to matter. We've got a flag
Personal
back
foul.
by the QB
Roughing
who
the
may have
passer.
been hit late on that
Defense.
one. Well, as we all know, halves can't end on a defensive penalty. So now we get an untimed down. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. So we arrive at halftime here in Pittsburgh. The Steelers leading after 2. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. This is the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on around the National Football League. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was the Texans who picked up the victory at home. C.J. Stroud leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we get up to the Rocky Mountains to check on the Broncos at home in Denver. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Brandon Ayuk, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Jerron Brown leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. We got an excellent first half from the former MVP Aaron Rodgers. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Return coming from the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Steelers and this running back headed back out for a new series. And he has just shredded NFL defenses so far this season. You can see he's sitting 2nd right now across the league in rushing yards. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Fryer meet there, bring it in. He'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
Run for Ward here to start the 3rd. And defenders are there to get him at the line. The play wrapped up by Demario Davis. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Play fake, hits Rodgers. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. The Steelers set to punt it. And we'll see what kind of first impression he makes tonight. Surprisingly had to punt 5 times in last week's win, and he sends this away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Saints ready to return their offense to the field. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Catch made by Cooks. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 2nd and 3 now. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Hooker brings it in. And he's cut after a game about 2. That stop made by T.J. Watt. Extra man in the secondary for the Steelers. 3rd down coming up. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
We're slated downs to approach here from the 40. He'll throw on first. And a big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, but you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
Let's see what they dial up on the second and very long. Leading right, it's Camaro. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 4 yards there, but still a lot of digging left to do. It's third and really long. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That was knocked away and incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
How many times do the players hear from the coaches read and react? When you react, you got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this will hit the goal line and then go into the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Rodgers here off the play action. Makes the grab and bounds outside. Big man showing up the yards. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kim, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? Kick return, a good pass. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So what began at their own 20, Brock, all of a sudden is inside the other 20. It's 1st and 10. Warren running between the tackles. And they make the stop, but a lot closer to the end zone now. He got it to the 11. 2nd and 3 now. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got it! And he'll push this upfield and earn that a new set of downs. Well, Jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Warren. Is it across the line? He gets for a touchdown. The Steelers lead by 14. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
One after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers lead by 15 now. Now Boswell on to send this away. He fields it from the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The visitors returning their offense and this running back to the field. And their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. They're going to start on the ground with Camaro. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. much. They bring him down. The Steelers offense headed out. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. Finds a seam down the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I know the combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
On 2nd down, Warren. He swarms in the middle, and this gets maybe a yard. Willie Gay there on the tackle. And the Saints go in nickel. 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Now here's Rodgers. Caught by Fryermuth. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing on 1st down, Rodgers. This finds Austin complete. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Rodgers to throw. Oh, it's tipped, interception. Juan Thornhill takes it away. Finds a seam left side, and off to the races. And the Saints will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little surprised that one didn't make it all the way back for 6. Took some amazing effort from the guys making the tackle to save a touchdown, but still an outstanding return for the defense at safety.
And he brings it in for a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints parlay the interception into points. Well, they certainly wasted no time in making that turnover hurt even more. They looked to the end zone on the very first play, Brock, and they connected.
You know, Kate, I love it. It was an ambush to begin the drive. They attacked that end zone against a defense who was out there on short notice and not ready for that sudden change they talk about.
Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints get it back to within 1 score. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. And after that last-second score in the 3rd, we'll resume play with a kickoff. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. On the return, here comes Austin. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. Scored twice, really been the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. To the left side, complete. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's the Steelers' 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Blitz coming for Rodgers. It's Pickens on the slant. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Second and 3 now.
48-yard line.
From the 48. To the sideline, and he's got Metcalf. And he goes out a little short of the 40. He'll head out first and 10 from the 42. Give here to Warren. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Second and 13. Metcalf's got it. Complete. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers have a commanding 14-point lead now in the fourth. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his second touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's, what, a 2-score game? Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
That one right down the middle. And the Steelers lead by 15 now. Now Boswell on to send this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The New Orleans offense set to go now. And they should be well rested. They were only out there for 1 play last drive, and they found the end zone. And the drive will start out with a first and 10. They'll come out throwing. Into the hands of Holker. He's got room to roam here. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Motioning left is Thomas. From midfield now. That's Thomas. He's got it. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 46. That's going to be caught by Cooks. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul. To the air now on first and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options, well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
They get this down to the 7-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal. They'll throw it again. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints can make it a 1-score game as they trim the lead. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the fourth.
The score, Steelers 35, Saints 27.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. On the return. Here comes Austin. Now bottling up as he gets the return to the 30. The home teams ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. First down, Rodgers. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Well, he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
I'm sure Coach, play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. Play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. Warren here from the gun. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 43. They did it! He made the interception! Colson-Adibo's got it! And the Steelers have some new life in the 4th!
Pass interference. Defense.
So the interception's going to be remembered by the fans here, partner, but not by the official score. The interference call takes that away. To the air here on first down, Rodgers. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Offense set for a first and 10. Here's Rodgers. Pass taken in by Fireview. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk with a nice 21 yards. And that's a Steelers first down.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the red zone now. Catch is made in close. And this is down all the way to the 3. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Steelers up by 8. A touchdown will put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, start with first and goal. Warren has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2. And just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Looking for it with Warren. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. A run. It's Warren. And he's across for the touchdown. And that flag is not going to stop this celebration. They know that's an offsides call.
Offside. Defense.
Got to the end zone with a free play, so they will, of course, decline offsides and take the points.
That penalty is declined.
Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers lead by 15 now. Now Boswell on to send this away. Shaheed now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. throw to begin this drive. Olave on the slant. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. This is wheeled in by Kamara. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up third down.
There was almost no resistance offered against the rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely caught.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. He'll throw it yet again. And it's on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Down 2 scores, no timeouts remaining, long odds ahead of him. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. They go play action. Catch made by Cooks. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Extra point try coming. This would importantly make it a 1-score game. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th. It all comes down to this, partner. 30 seconds left down to score. They have to get this football back. And this kick is covered by the Steelers, who are going to go on to win this ball game.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So make a check in the win column for the Steelers. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.